Good morning. Welcome to Sidewinder Shed. Today's Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. And, oh, I'm running late. It's about quarter past 10 in the morning. But, yeah, all this week, for the last 3 weeks, pretty much I've been putting in right around 70 hours a week at work. And it's been a while since I've had to do that on a regular basis. And I'll be honest with you, it's taking my body. I mean, I did that for decades, but the last 5 years, I've been averaging about 10 hours a day instead of 14, which is, by the way, all I'm legally allowed to work per day is 14. I can do one 16-hour day every 8 days, but I still can't go over my 70 hours total. So anyway, yeah, it's been a while, and body is trying to get used to it again. I didn't. It's funny how quick you can get out of shape and get out of use to working so many hours, and it's been kicking my butt. Anyway, last video I put up was the sunflower that a good friend of mine, G, brought over from her garden, and I decided to cook that up. And anybody that hasn't seen that, I got a short, and I also have a longer video. The longer video is only 8 minutes anyway, but man, it's been over 50 years. I think I was 7 or 8 years old last time I ate one that was grilled on the grill, and I'm not talking about the whole sunflower head itself, just the seeds in it. And what you do is you get those seeds while they're still white and soft before they get the hard shell, and you cook it up on the grill. Man, that was good. I forgot how good they were. Now you can eat that whole sunflower head too. Usually, when we did that, it was after the seeds had matured, and you pulled all the seeds out. That's when they get black, and your fingers actually turn purple. Um, Pulling the seeds out of the actual flower head. But instead of just throwing that flower head away, you can cook that up either in the oven or on the grill, and it tastes like avocado. Texture is a little different, but and I don't care for avocado, so that's why I was never interested in them. But anyway, good morning, Philip. Good morning, Philip. How you doing, sir? I said I'm on a little bit later than normal today. How are you doing? Uh, of course, you can hop on anytime you want, sir. Um, because what I got going on today, I have several projects that I could be doing, but the wife is at work, and so my brother-in-law is not here either. So I'm pretty much unsupervised. So I could, and it's a beautiful day. It's not really humid. It's not that hot right now. It's a real nice day, and I've already started some laundry. So I am doing one project, and I have the choice. I can, you know, go out and get stuff done, and be productive, or I could sit here, procrastinate, and drink all my brother-in-law's beer. And 10 minutes before the wife gets home, run out to the shed, soak myself down with the hose, and rub grease all over me, and tell her I've been working my ass off all day. I think the second option might be what I'm going for. And my nephew Kenny is here. He is on vacation right now. Good morning, Kenneth. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. You can hop in too if you want, Kenny. The link is right at the top of the comment section. Just click on it, and you can hop on if you want. Um, oh, Philip, let me tell you what, beer is good. I haven't had beer all week. I'm getting home at 8 o'clock at night, And that's just enough time to get a little something to eat, get cleaned up, go to bed, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get ready for work. Yeah, it doesn't leave a whole lot of time. Oh yeah, I'll be heading down to my nephew Kenny's house next Thursday, and yeah, well that's one of the projects is to make sure the Jeep is going to make it for Chris to take. If not, I'll come home from work and pick her up. But yeah, I could be doing that, but I think I'd rather just sit here today and drink John's beer and worry about the Jeep and everything tomorrow. The truck and the camper is ready to go, so that ain't no big deal. All right, Philip, you're more than welcome to hop on here, buddy. You know that. I enjoy your company. I enjoy talking to you, and it makes the beers go by faster and the time go by quicker. So that's a good thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kenny. That's a visual I don't think anyone needs at the moment. But thank you for the warning. Oh, you could do like your aunt Carol does. When she hops on, she does it without video. She just talks on her phone, puts it on speakerphone. You have that option too. That way, there you don't have to text anything, and you can hop in and say whatever you want. You don't have to have a video feed. You can just like the old call-in radio stations. You can do it that way. Heck, sometimes when I do these live streams, I'm sure there's a lot of people that say, Mark, why don't you take your own advice and just do it without the video? Just call into your live stream so we don't have to look at you. Oh, decisions, Philip, decisions. That's terrible. Me personally, I would suggest opening up the other 12 pack. That's just me because I'm a professional alcoholic. Oh, no, Kenny, thank you for the offer. I am good right now. I figure I will handle that project on my own. No problem. And but thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. And Philip, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a face for radio and a voice for silent films. So I'm winning all the way around. Batting 1,000 on that. Yep, I can't argue with you there. Now, a little scruffy today because I haven't trimmed anything up, but and I need a haircut too. It's starting to get to the point where it's going to start bothering me. But anyway, yeah, no, I think yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sit here and drink John's beer all day and then worry about the consequences later. God. But oh, well, thank you for the compliment, Philip. I appreciate that. Me personally, I sound like to me I sound like I have a mouthful of cotton whenever I talk, and it just I sound like like that cartoon there. Gee, George, which way did he go? I can't think of it. They had a couple characters like that. Usually it was the dog, but they had a few other Looney Tune characters that were voiced that way. Oh, you're gonna get your half what is that? A cow symbol? You're gonna get your half a cow, Kenny? Awesome. And when you say soon, is that soon today, soon this week, soon this month. Okay, I see. I see the rest of it now. There we go. That's supposed to be Moo Moo. Need to add an extra O on each of those next week. Hey, one-eyed cat. Hey, buddy. Hey, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Philip's going to hop on here in a little bit. You're more than welcome to hop on too if you'd like. You know that. Everyone's welcome all the time. And yeah, I got a question for you guys too. Speaking of everyone's welcome to hop on, I have Bear Rose, Kim, over at Bear Rose Garage to blame for this. He got me hooked on doing the live streams this way and everything. So has anyone heard from him? I haven't. I see him every now and then, and I see some of the videos, but I don't know if you guys know him any better or talk to him or anything. And I hope he's doing good. I hope his dad's doing good. You know. But anyway, yeah, I just just wondering about him. All right, Philip. Let me get you on here, buddy.
Me all right? Yeah, there we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, camera working all
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
camera good.
Damn it. I wish I could widen the screen. I can't see nothing. Let me see what I can do here.
I gotcha.
No, that didn't seem to do anything.
No, well, you see, you're we lost the picture now. You're frozen. You're
Okay.
frozen. So your voice is coming through good, but you're frozen with your hand over the screen.
Yeah, now I got it all screwed up.
Hey, here's one-eyed cat. I'm gonna add you, sir. There we go. How you doing, my friend?
Morning. I was just ready to head out back to work on the car.
Oh, I got you. I got you. What you doing?
Huh?
What you doing to it? Did you get that carburetor all set up? You know, your because I know you were running what, 3-barrel?
I was running a 5, and
5-barrel.
for no name, I went to an 8. Didn't really do anything, but I'm putting a whole nother motor in it this year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I pulled it out the week after the 4th of July. And I've been cleaning the inner fender wells of, the firewall, the everything. It's going to be brand new under there when I'm done.
Outstanding. What'd you get for an engine?
440.
Oh, okay. All right. And you had what, a 383 in it before, or did you have a 440?
440.
440. Okay.
I could do a plug and play.
I got you.
I got so many painted parts out there. I got to start putting it together here pretty soon.
I got you.
I got hinges and the horn and the fuel pump and the pulleys and the brackets and the.
Yeah, it's funny. The big projects. I mean, the big stuff on a lot of these cars. That's something you get excited about, and you can't wait to get it done. And then when it comes to putting all the details into it, all the little things. All right, Philip's back.
Yeah.
It's the
There
little
you go.
things.
You're moving. Yeah. Oh, that drives me crazy. You lose ambition. After the 47th, same bolt in the same area where you need an extra elbow in the middle of your arm, I start to lose a little bit of ambition. And the only thing I keep thinking about is, well, it's got to get done. I don't want to do it, but I want it done. And that's a lot of times that's what gets me through. I'm sorry, guys. That beer went down a little too quick. I got to get a refill.
Yeah. I'm just now starting mine.
I got
I'm going to save mine till later, or I won't get nothing done.
Well, that was my plan for today. I already went through my game plan.
Yeah, right.
I had choices. I could get out there and start on some projects, and it's probably a good idea to do that because it's a beautiful day. It's only in the 70s, no humidity, absolutely gorgeous. Or I could sit here and drink all of my brother-in-law's beer, and then 10 minutes before the wife gets home, I'll run out to the shed, take
Like
the
you've been
hose,
busy all day.
yeah, put it on mist, wet myself down, and then rub myself down with grease and dirt and everything.
Make it look like he's doing something.
Exactly.
Well, you know, I was kind of the opposite. I thought I'd get out here and be a little productive. Got a little problem with this damn Chevy truck. I've been making some short videos on it. For some reason, the high beam headlights stay on all the time, no matter what. The only way I can turn them off is to disconnect the battery. So I'm working on that.
I saw
Plus,
that.
I
I saw that.
I got out the old murder cycle and I had to give it a bath.
Oh, there
So
you
it's
go.
done. And I had to vacuum out the Corvette too. So, and of course, then I got the lawn tractor. And yeah, I was being productive until you came on.
So you're gonna
You're a
blame it
bad
on me.
influence on me.
Yeah.
I decided to stop working and grab a beer and shoot the shit.
Yeah, blame it on me. That's no
So-
problem. I can handle it.
Sidewider's fault.
Yep. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm the youngest out of 16. I had
Look at this.
eight older sisters, 7 older brothers, and they did the same thing my whole life growing up. It was Mark's fault.
That's
was
one
little
hell of
brother's fault.
an expensive beer holder, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, as long as it gets the job done.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. Look at this trailer. I don't know if you can see it. You see
Yeah.
it's got a little arrow dam on it,
Yep.
just for your beer cooler.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
You see?
That's nice.
I
That's
think
nice.
it's pretty cool.
It is, man. I like that. I like that. Like I
Yeah,
said,
that's what I'm doing. Tinkering with this damn Chevy or a GMC truck. I mean, yeah, this thing's a mystery. And here's what's crazy. So it's the high beam light that comes on, but it's just a low glow. It's not like it's a bright light, but it's burning electricity, and it's going to kill the battery.
Yep.
And so the first thing I did is I went into the circuit panel here, and I went right to here. That's the relay for the high beam and low beam current. I pull that out, and that damn light is still
Still
on.
on. Now it's got a hot short somewhere.
Yep, exactly. There's a hot short. But
Yep.
it's kind of hard to, I don't think it's going to come through on the cameras. But here's what I did notice, that the guy added some little off-road lights that are right down here in the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got some speaker wire underneath the hood. You should never use speaker wire for power wire.
Yeah.
And I'll bet that speaker wire is what he's using to power that light. I'll bet
Yep.
it's burnt through and is shorting out because
Yep.
it's crossed over with one of the other headlight wires. And but
Yep.
this truck, he set it up to tow a gooseneck camper trailer on it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So he's got some extra off-road lights in the front and in the back so he can see when he's backing up the trailer,
Yep.
as well as there's an electric trailer light brake set up on it.
Oh,
so
God.
what I've got to do is I've just got to go through and try to find where that goddamn short is, because it's just that. It's a live short,
Yep.
and it's also a bad ground issue because the light is dim.
Right. Right.
You see.
Right.
But when you turn on the headlights, it overrides that, and the high beam comes on bright rather than
Okay.
sitting there with that low glow. So
Yep.
go figure. I don't know. It's just more than what I care to get into right now. That's why I took a break and grabbed a beer.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's that's one of the projects I got today is to try and figure out some sort of a electrical issue with the Jeep again, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. It's not imperative. It's not that big of a deal. It's not killing the battery. It's not doing anything weird. I just know it's there, and before it gets worse, because they don't seem to fix themselves. Although I did have a 69 F250 that every time the dash shorted and caught on fire, something else would start working. So I can't always say that they don't fix themselves, but normally they don't.
I had an 86 Ford LTD2, if you remember those.
My first car was a 79 LTD2. Yep, I remember those.
And that car had all kinds of weird electrical issues. Every time you hit a bump, the radio would go louder, you know. And every time you turn right, the engine would stall, you know.
Oh shit. Well, the Wife Street,
But
what's going on with that? And I know it's in the steering column because it's fully loaded. And whenever you turn right,
uh-huh.
that damn radio goes to max volume. As you're turning right,
Yeah, go figure.
yeah, the volume keeps going up. Well, on the steering wheel, it's got the damn controls for the radio and everything. Like I said,
Right.
it's fully loaded. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you got a short going on in there somewhere.
Yeah, I figure a wire got frayed. From
My lady friend's got that
26 years of spinning it.
2014 Jeep Cherokee, and it's got all the controls right in the steering wheel.
Yep.
And I know that that's going to be a future problem,
Oh yeah,
you know.
yeah. But yeah, I don't.
But that's nothing new. Ford with the Edsel, they was doing that with the Edsel, you know, putting controls in the steering wheel.
Yep.
And it didn't work out for them either. You know?
No. Oh my God.
Well, I went to sit down on a lawn tractor and left my bureau sitting over here on the motorcycle.
That's all right. It'll burn the calories off of those 2 sips you were able to
That's
get.
a damn shame when you lose your first beer because you can't even blame it on being drunk.
Yep.
Hope not. It means your kidneys are shot or liver shot or something.
Well, guys, actually, we can blame it on age now. That's
Yeah.
all. We can
That's
just
what I
blame
do.
it on age.
That's
I'll
what
do
I
that
do.
on purpose just for an excuse.
There you go.
I got a reason now.
Yeah.
Like I know I said it down here somewhere. Honey. That could be with anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
I'll text her while she's at work and ask her where something is, and she usually knows.
Yeah.
You see my
About 4 years ago, we were out camping, and it was pouring down rain. Now she'd gone, not in the camper. We're at my nephew's house again, and she was in the house with everyone. I was out in the camper, and it was pouring down rain. And just to be a smart ass, I texted her that I'd left my phone in the house, and would she bring it to me? Well, she went crazy. She went
She
crazy.
didn't think that one through, did she?
No, she went crazy looking for it. And then I get a text back, not from her, but from the lady that owns the house, Nina, a very good friend of ours. It text, how did you text her? I said I used my phone. Next thing I get, you asshole. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You got Chris going crazy looking for your phone.
You know, I might be able to get away with that because my lady friend that lives down the street, I've done that. I've lost my phone.
Yeah.
So I'll take my late wife's old phone and call her or text her from my wife's old phone.
Yep.
Telling her that I can't find my phone. Would you mind looking around your place for it? You know? And she's done that and she's looked for it. So let's see if she doesn't fall for that. If I text her from my phone,
right, with your
telling her that I think I left my phone at her house, can you please look for it? You know, I'll bet she'll fall for it.
Yeah,
I don't know. She's a pretty sharp gal, though. She's pretty smart. Because I try to trip her up. Like if someone will send me a text message, and then I'll just write back the word "what," like as if I didn't hear them. You know, and you'd be surprised how many people will rewrite the same text message. You know?
I've done that. I've done that with text messaging. You know, I'll leave out a letter here and there, or I'll leave a space and everything, and explain to them, sorry, I have a bad connection. I couldn't read your text. It wasn't coming through, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, but I'll, as I'm texting, I'll skip a letter here and there and everything. And you'd be surprised how many people actually fall for that.
Oh, try that one.
Yeah. They, you know, they think it's breaking up just like a voice, you know, when you,
right.
Hey, I'm losing, you know, can't hear, you know, and that's the way I write it down.
Exactly.
And they go, all right, well, call me when you get a better signal.
Right.
You got it. Oh, God.
Yeah. So the weather's pretty nice there, huh?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yeah.
Hey, look what the
I-
wife found for me.
Oh
Sidewinder.
my
Ooh-wee.
God. Hey,
Shiny stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, I was looking for a set of used drag radials, and she found these rims that had used drag radials on them.
What are they, like 15 by 8, 15 by 10? What?
15 by 8s.
15 by 8?
I cleaned them up, and there's not a scratch on them. I thought I was gonna have to clean them up and make them pretty. And
Yeah.
Are they the old center lines? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, I like them old Saturn lines.
Oh yeah.
And they even
It-
had
it-
center. They even had.
Oh
center
my
cap.
God.
I
Yeah,
mean,
those
you
are
don't
first
find
things
center
that
cap
no.
nowadays.
Those are
For
first
me,
things to disappear.
Yeah. For me, it's either got to be the center lines or the old Krager SS.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
only
a-
two wheels
I'm
I
a-
even care for.
I'm an aluminum slot guy myself.
All right.
Well,
Or the old Ansons. The old
Yeah.
Anson slots were cool, but you can't find them anymore. And if you do, the guys who have them know what they got and are going to charge you a lot of money for them.
Mhm.
Yep.
They're almost getting as expensive as the Halabrand slotted wheels are. Those old magnesium wheels.
Oh my God.
Those are.
Yeah.
You can't find those anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that came from the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
They were the first mag wheels. In fact, they were made from magnesium. That's where the terminology comes from.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything else after that is not actually a true mag wheel. They're aluminum wheels.
aluminum.
They're not magnesium wheels.
Yeah, and if they ever
But
caught
the
on
terminology just stuck, you know.
fire,
Oh yeah. Catching on fire. Yeah.
yeah,
you-
that-
You
once they
just sit
caught
there
on
and watch
fire,
them burn.
there was no
Yeah,
putting them
yeah.
out.
No. I lost.
Yeah,
Matter of
they-
fact, two of the tracks when I was in the service, the vehicle I was in was aluminum magnesium alloy, the whole thing, except
Yeah.
for certain parts. I had
Yeah, and they
two of
will-
those. Yeah, I had two of those burned to the ground on me. They got hit, and when they got hit, they just started up on fire, and nothing you could do. Not a damn
It
thing.
just got to burn off because it's a fuel, is what
Yeah.
it is. You just got to let that fuel burn off.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
basically
they'll
grab your MRE that has the 5 fingers of death in it, the little hot dogs, put them on a stick
Yep.
and stand there,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Dogs on a magnesium fire. I don't think so.
Well, with the MRE hot dogs, that magnesium stuff ain't gonna hurt you any more than the friggin' MRE was anyway. So
Right.
no big deal. We weren't
Yeah,
worried about
you got a good point there.
Yeah.
This gal that lives down the street that I've mentioned before, she's also widowed, and her husband was in the Air Force, and what do they call that? The PFOS or something? That fire retardant?
Oh yes, yes,
That's what she thinks took her husband's life, was
yeah.
that fire retardant.
Oh my
stuff.
God, yeah. When I was with the aviation unit, we had to play with the PPK, the the purple stuff, the purple foam, all that stuff we were trained on. And yeah, fortunately, other than the training, I wasn't in that particular aviation unit for very long. Anyway, this was after they called me back in for Desert Storm. So I really wasn't exposed to it too much, but yeah, I know the stuff you're talking about. I thought it was real interesting, and some of that was really good stuff. When years before, when my track caught on fire, if we had that available, I'm sure it would have put it out. But
Well, they're having an issue with it down here, both at the NAS Pensacola and Eglin Air Force Base. It's been proven that this stuff is leached into the well water
oh yeah, no doubt.
that PFAS has. So now you got private citizens and their attorneys
Yeah.
trying to sue the military because of that, you see.
Oh, no doubt. You'd be, I mean, it was amazing. Especially back in the 80s, too, just the stuff I saw that was dumped just on the ground,
Yep.
nothing. I mean, even when I was hauling fuel tankers, we used to have to drain the aviation gas. We used to have to take 5 gallons out of each tanker every morning. To get rid of the any moisture that might be in it. Water will settle. And
It's so cloudy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, anyway, I would drain it, and we just had on the grass, just dump a 5-gallon bucket out. Well, of course, I'm sitting there going, Jesus Christ, this was what the hell were we using at the time? We were using 100 low lead. We were using blue and then 100 lead green at the time.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm dumping 20 gallons of fuel out every morning. Screw this. I started bringing my own fuel cans, putting it in there. And at the time I had older vehicles, and
Yeah, they could use that, right?
they could use
run
it,
on it.
run on it, and oh my God! And of course I wouldn't run it straight. I'd do a mix, regular
Yeah.
You gotta
cheap
cut it.
gasoline, yeah, and everything. But I will tell you what, them 20-year-old vehicles I was driving at the time, because
Loving
they
it.
were all pre-smog, and
Yeah.
and a lot of them already had 9-to-1
60s
compression,
and early
10-to-1,
70s vehicles.
yeah,
Yep.
10-to-1 compression. Man, you put
Yep.
that shit in there, and oh my God, be sitting at a stoplight getting ready to go, and you just tap the throttle. Next thing you know, you're sitting there going, "Holy fuck!"
Oh,
let me
yeah.
put my hat back on. Let me get
Yep.
going. I got to shift
Well,
again.
Yeah. You remember me talking about that 65 Olds Dynamic 88 that I had?
Yes, sir.
Right on the fuel cap, which was behind the license plate, like they all
Yep.
were.
Yep.
Right on the cap, there was a red tag that said that the engine was 13-to-1 compression,
Oh
use
my God.
high test only.
Yeah.
It was right on the cap.
I'll be
And
damned.
that's why it was the Dynamic 88. It was the high performance 425
Yeah.
big block Oldsmobile engine, And a lot of people say, well, Oldsmobile only made one block. Well, the reason why you use the term big block with the Oldsmobile engine is because before the 425, they had a 330, and it was an entirely different block that was smaller.
Okay.
But Oldsmobile dropped the 330 in favor of a new block design that was their 400, their 403, their 425, and their 455 block. You see, and from then on, from 65 on, I think it started in 64. From 64 on, they had only one engine block. But
I also noticed, a lot of these manufacturers too. Can you tell me the difference between a small block Chevy and a big block Chevy? Between a small block Pontiac, big block Pontiac, between a small block Mopar, big block Mopar, between a small block Ford and a big block Ford. And to answer that question, you have to go in. You can do a generalization, but then you have to go into specifics. All right. Well, this is not really the FE is not really a big block engine, but it's the easiest way to differentiate it from your 289s, 302s, 351 Windsor, 351 Cleveland, 351 modified, from your what was it, the 312s, the Y zone, the Y blocks, all that stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, so instead of spending 20 minutes explaining to you exactly what it is, it's a fucking big block. Or it's a small block. All right, can we move on from here? Because now,
well, One Eye can probably attest to this. When it comes to like drag racing, and both in AHRA, IHRA, NHRA, they do have in street classes, they make a differentiation between big block and small block.
Yeah.
They have a big block class and a small block class. The problem is that just doesn't fall into every single car, make, and model, So like you were talking about earlier, if it's a Chevy, they'll have a big block, a small block class. But a Pontiac only used one block. Oldsmobile only used one block.
Yeah.
But the Oldsmobile, they made a 325 Oldsmobile. There was a 326 Pontiac, 350 Oldsmobile, 350 Pontiac, all using the same block. And Sorry, I'm getting a message here, so I'm kind of
That's
deleting.
all right.
But where I'm going with this is, so racing sanctioning bodies like AHRA and IHRA and NHRA are all
Yep,
they
I see
they
it.
do a cubic inch displacement.
Oh,
Anything below 400 cubic inch is considered small block. Yeah, and anything above 400 cubic inch is big block.
Well, it's
You
like
see,
Jeep years ago because I had it in the 1980s. I had 3 Jeeps, 3 I think they were Wagoneer or Cherokees. They all had 360 engines in them.
yeah,
Problem was they were 3 different engines. You had the AMC, you had the Mopar, and then you had the Ford FE 360.
yeah. I'm going to cut the camera out for a second. Keep
Okay,
talking.
but anyway, yeah, I don't know if y'all ran into this because I didn't know AMC actually had a 360, and the reason why I say that is because at the time, the AMC, believe it or not, it had different heads on it. It had the pedestal type heads, where the Mopar and the Ford, if I'm remembering correctly, you know, this is almost 50 years ago, well over 40 anyway. Had the shaft style rockers.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so I might be off here. I might be remembering something a little different. Again, I'm pulling this out of a over 40-year-old memory, but I do remember
Yeah.
all 3 engines.
Out of the cobwebs, right?
Yeah, but I do remember all 3 engines were different, and there were 3 of us working on them. They all came in at the same time. And when the parts, oh my God, when we ordered the parts, we were sitting there trying to figure out, all right, who ordered for which, you know, which engine does this friggin' go to? You know, and I was a teenager at the time. You know,
I
this
could
was
see that
actually,
being a nightmare.
yeah, this was actually in the vocational school I went to. I went to automotive, and the way the vocational school was set up, you had 1 week of academics and then 1 week of full shop.
Tech. Yeah, we
Yep.
used to have that.
Yeah,
But ours
and
would be a whole semester.
well, ours lasted 3 years. You picked your shop during your freshman year, and then sophomore, junior, and senior, that was your shop. And sophomore, junior, and senior year, it went that way. You had 1 week of regular class plus a 2 periods of what they called related, where you did all the book learning and everything for your chosen field, and then 1 week in your shop class. Senior year, if your grades were good enough, you didn't even have to go to school during shop week. You went out and you got yourself a regular job, as long as it was related to your field. I.e., if I was in automotive, I couldn't go out and work at a restaurant. Okay, but I could work. Matter of fact, I did. I worked at a motorcycle shop. I worked at a Harley shop. They even questioned that a little bit because at the time we had 2 shops. One was diesel and one was automotive. The diesel guys could not go and work at a motorcycle shop. Now they could work at a dealership or even a regular mom and pop, you know, mechanic shop, you know, garage, because there was a potential they would have diesels in there.
Right.
But they wouldn't let them work at a motorcycle shop like they let me get away with, because they were diesel. And they're like, there's no fucking diesel motorcycles. Well, you're wrong, but there were no diesel motorcycle dealerships in that area at that time. So,
Yeah.
and the reason why I brought that up is because one of the guys in the diesel shop did eventually end up working at the Harley shop with me years later. But he was interested in. But yeah, I got out of school during shop every week to be able to work at the Harley shop.
Pretty interesting story.
Yeah, well, it was cool. I was
I
big into
did.
bikes at the time.
I did see something on, I think it was YouTube, about a particular motorcycle that was diesel, and it's a relatively current one. And the reason why it's like all the hit is because, one, high compression, and they're going to take advantage of all that torque
Yep.
to make the motorcycle fast. So they've got it geared. It's only like a 2-cylinder motorcycle, diesel engine, but it just goes like a bat out of hell because it produces so much torque. You know, that's how a diesel engine is designed. Diesel engine won't work with a short stroke. You know.
Well, I
Right.
will tell you something. Believe it or not, a lot of the special forces and SF out in the Middle East, they got a bunch of diesel, 1-cylinder diesel motorcycles to use out
Yeah.
in the desert.
Well, I know that the Russians do have that as a military issue.
Yep.
Is a diesel powered motorcycle, and that's because they're just like the U.S. military in that everything is diesel powered now. You know.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, they have crossover fuels where they can use jet fuels in their damn Humvees and the like. You see.
Oh yeah. That's easy to do. Jet fuel is really nothing but a
Fuel
highly
oil.
refined diesel, kerosene.
Yeah.
It's basically kerosene. What makes it a little different is the additives.
Yeah.
Because in the military we had
We can't be having that jet fuel freeze up on you at 35,000 feet.
Right.
You know?
We had JB4 and JP5. The civilian version was Jet A and Jet B.
Yeah.
And even in the civilian market, when I was working at Hanscom Air Force Base and fueling civilian jets there, because that was civilian and military use, a lot of times in the winter, a lot of the turboprops especially, they would come in and they'd have me add 100, 200 gallons of 100 low lead into their tanks for the
now the turboprops, just for clarification, the turboprops are still a jet engine. They just turn a propeller instead of jet thrust.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And I especially in the wintertime up in New England, they'd have me throw some aviation grade gasoline, 100 low lead, in their tanks, depending on what their fuel level was. You know, it'd be anywhere from 20 gallons to 100 gallons to mix it to thin out the fuel a little bit and help keep it from gelling.
Yeah. And that's the thing with the turboprop engines. First of all, a propeller-driven aircraft cannot fly at the altitudes that jet engines can fly at. So a freezing issue is not an issue. So you wouldn't need that anti-gelling agent, you see.
Well, it all
or at least
depends.
that's the thought process.
Yeah, well, that's a normal flight. Now, you get up north, okay, and especially when they were running into Canada and everything, which was a lot of their runs. Yeah, you still had to worry about it. And believe it or not, it wasn't so much at altitude. It was when you dropped altitude coming in, it a lot of times, especially if you were stuck in the pattern.
Hey, you're still in freezing cold weather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I understand that.
My
See,
God,
we don't have that problem here.
Yeah. Well, even in Maine, I've been up there when the temperature has been down to 40 below zero without the wind chill in the wintertime. And so you're getting further up into Canada, up there with the Arctic air coming down. Yeah, it can get cold. It can get cold.
We got a lot of these trainers down here. And of course, you got the old T-37s and T-38s flying around.
Yep.
And then you have NAS over there at Hurlburt Field, I believe it is, where they do helicopter training, but which is still using a lot of turboprop engines.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the altitude and freezing conditions are not an issue here, so. I doubt that they even use that type of fuel, unless, of course, it's cheaper to do otherwise. But
it's funny.
But you see these turboprop trainers buzzing around here all the time.
Oh yeah.
In fact, there was one that crashed not too long ago, and man, I'll tell you what, the dang military and like I don't know who all different agencies just swarmed around that crash site and treated it like it was some kind of crashed UFO. I mean, they wouldn't let people come in. They didn't want to talk. You had all these secret gray and black cars with no identifications on them, you know?
Yep.
Plainclothes guys, men in black, all that shit. I mean, you know.
I got years ago when
And I think it is because they just got top secret stuff on them.
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah.
those planes are doing, I don't know. Maybe they're doing data collection, you
Yep.
know, and they can't divulge that kind of information. I don't know. But yeah, they'll swarm around a military crash just like it's a damn UFO, boy.
When I was stationed out at Fort Irwin, we were out in the field, and you know, we're away from everything. We're out. We're 2 miles away from Death Valley, and we saw this aircraft, and we said, "No way in hell that's one of ours." And it was smoking and flying low. It was definitely having problems. Okay, and a bunch of us, it must have been at least 150 of us that saw it. And I shit you not, 15 minutes later, and you have to understand, getting from Fort Irwin, the base, to out in the field where we were at is a 45-minute ride. 15 minutes later, there was about 12 black, what we called them back then was cut Vs. Basically the Chevy Blazers and stuff like that. They all showed
running
up.
a mill vehicle.
Yep, and they're all painted black, flat black, and all these guys come out and they're all in black BDUs. And back in the '80s, we had never seen that.
Yeah,
And they all get out and they grab all our officers and senior NCOs, and they have a powwow. And then the senior NCOs all come to us and they say, "All right, y'all didn't see anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
You will not speak about it. You will not talk to each other about it. You didn't see anything." So we're all sitting there going, "Holy shit! If it was one of ours, we'd know about it." They'd tell us it was, national security and don't say no. They just said, "Don't talk about it." All right. So we're all sitting there, and for about the next 3 years, I'm telling everyone, "Hey, I actually saw a fucking UFO. I saw an alien spacecraft, because there's no way in hell we could have made anything that looked like this." It turned out to be the Batwing prototype, the B-2
and at
bomber.
least 3 or 4 different occasions I saw stuff that was very strange. The one story I like to tell the most is while I was in Chicago, there was they were having the Chicago Air and Water Show, and the Blue Angels and the Stealth Bomber and a bunch of old military aircraft as well as new military aircraft were all going to be putting on a show. And at one point, while I'm sitting there on the North Avenue beach, right on the lake shore, watching the skies, watching all these planes perform, there was like a silver metal sphere way the hell up there, like at probably 60, 70,000 feet, so damn high up there that you could barely even see it, and was completely stationary. But at one point, a fighter jet was doing a high climb and doing a rollover way the hell up there, probably 35, 40,000 feet. And you could tell that this object was higher than it.
Yep.
And as he's rolling over, that's how it drew my attention too. I was watching this aircraft flying up there like that and rolling over. That's how I spotted the thing. And with that being said, that sphere couldn't have been a balloon, because it would have been as big as that or bigger than that fighter jet, which at that time, it was an old F-14 Tomcat.
Oh, okay.
It was flying around. And those are not small aircraft.
No, they're not. They're not. You'd be surprised how big they are when you actually see them in person.
Yep. But the damn thing stayed stationary. And even if it were one of these metallic type balloons, even at that, if it was a small balloon, you wouldn't have seen it at that altitude.
Right.
Watching the fighter jet gave you reference for altitude, and this metal orb was well above it, and it had to have been as large, if not larger, than the aircraft. The fighter jet.
Oh yeah.
And it was way the hell up there, and it would stay perfectly stationary, as to where a balloon would have drifted with the jet stream, because it would have. It was that high. It was up in the jet stream, where the air is flowing 200 and 300 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
A balloon quickly disappears in the jet stream. So, but and it stayed stationary. And I even pointed it out to some people that were sitting next to me, and they saw it too. So, you know, there was probably a half a dozen of us that noticed it, you know, and was watching it. And then it just all of a sudden disappeared, you know,
Oh
just
my God. Yeah.
disappeared.
Well, you know, I look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist per se. I'm not, you know, one of these tinfoil hatters, but I
Yeah,
keep an open mind. I
yeah,
keep an open mind because there's a lot of strange things that just you can't explain
yeah,
through natural causes. So I keep an open
yeah,
mind. You
yeah.
know,
Well, and that's just it. See, I don't buy into a whole lot of this, but I know what I've seen,
right,
and I know when I know when it defies logic or defies physics,
right.
you know. And that's exactly what the point of this story was. Is I did see something. I don't know what it was because it was so high in altitude that all you could make out was this shiny metal object that appeared to be spherical in shape, and it stayed completely stationary at an altitude where any other vehicle, airborne vehicle, would have to be moving to even stay aloft. And this thing stayed completely stationary and then just disappeared,
Oh
you know?
yeah, yeah.
But
I
it was
have.
so high in altitude anyway that you couldn't make out anything other than the fact you knew it was shiny and
Yep.
it appeared spherical in shape. And it stayed absolutely stationary at an altitude where you know you've got 200, 300-mile-an-hour jet stream air. So you knew it wasn't a balloon.
Right.
You see?
Right. Yeah. Like I
So,
said, with that one everyone saw and everything, and after that encounter with everyone, for roughly 2 years, I think it was, I absolutely believed that there was something, you know, alien
there's
spacecraft.
something
You know,
about it.
I really did. But like I said, I come to find out that we had seen the prototype of the B-2 bomber, the
Oh,
Batwing.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it was, because you know
Yeah.
we weren't that far from Nellis. We weren't that far from Area 51.
Yeah.
Speaking as far as flying, you know,
Yeah.
aircraft.
And
There you are. You back?
that's where they were testing that stuff to begin with anyway, you know.
Yep.
Well,
Hey
now
there,
that one eye's
Nomad.
back, let
Yeah.
me take a
Yep.
break and go grab another beer.
All right. Grab me one too, would you, so I don't have to get up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
One eye out.
I had to take a phone call. My brother's headed over. He wants to get on this car for a bet, so I got to make it look like I was already on it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, kind of like what I'm going to do with the wife before she
Right.
gets home. I got you. I got you.
I've got all day to work. I do need to work on this thing.
I got you.
We're down to 19 days.
Oh my God. Okay.
Which once I get everything painted, I can start putting it all together.
Yeah, let me ask you something. This year for No Name, is that still happening? I mean, I've been out of the loop for a while.
Yep. Saying it's in 26 days. I give myself 20 days. That way I got time to get everything loaded and packed. And
I got you. And whereabouts is it this year? I mean, because I thought they were shutting down the other racetrack, the other strip.
no, it's in Sykeston, Missouri. It's at the same track every year. It's kind of central for everybody. Because if they did it East Coast, people West Coast wouldn't want to come. If they did it West Coast, East, so they kind of put it right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Again,
it is the 18th and 19th. 19th and 20th is what they advertise, but people start showing up on Wednesday.
I got you. And it's, again, due to the that whole year of trying to get the transmission fixed on the truck and spending out all the money.
I've been doing enough of that this year.
Yeah, well, the transmission on the truck is finally, it's good to go. But now I still get that engine that's in the shed that I want to put in the truck, because the engine in the truck has 300,000 miles, and I don't want to go that far with a 2,000-pound camper on the back of the truck. That has an engine with 3,000 miles on, especially when it's my daily driver too, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, unfortunately, I am not going to be able to make it this year either. I was really hoping to, but because my big plan was before the transmission went out, was to have that new engine in the truck. And I know that's going to take me a little while to work all the bugs out because I'm going from the stock factory throttle body, single port throttle body to a carburetor. I'm basically getting rid of the ODB1 or OBD1 computer system on it and going back to everything analog. And so just, the little things you don't think of, the cables, the throttle, the wiring so that my dash still reads everything, all that little stuff. And that takes time. That takes a little time to figure out.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's a
I'm
bunch of
not a
nitpicking stuff there.
Yeah, I'm not that I'm not that smart on doing that stuff.
Yeah, I don't do electrical hardly at all. I'm good to trace down a bad bulb,
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Usually the ground.
yeah, and that's easier on the older vehicles. I mean, now you get one of these new trucks, and the reason why I bring this up, this just happened to my nephew. He spent $100,000 on a new GMC, 2024, maybe a 2025. He's had it
Yeah.
for a few months, and taillight went out. Okay, this is a new truck. Taillight went out. It put the truck into limp mode because
Really?
the taillight went out. New
I
taillight,
believe that.
$600 because you have
That's
to
not
replace
bad.
the whole assembly and everything is connected. With the
Well,
taillight out,
Them LED taillights
Yep.
are ridiculously expensive to begin with. If you got one of those newer Yukons or like that have the LED taillights, or like the Cadillac version, those are like $1,500 for damn taillights.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yep, it is. It is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got three extra taillight assemblies for the Dodge. I still have 5 extra taillight assemblies for my old Ford sitting in my shed out here. And so far, I mean, think about it. Pickup truck. If you use a pickup truck like you're supposed to, like it was designed,
You're going to break something.
you're gonna
shit's
bust
gonna
the
happen.
taillight.
Yep.
You're gonna bust the taillight. And back in the day, you could just buy a lens.
Yeah.
Now you have to get the whole assembly. It's all
Yeah.
one fucking
Yeah.
piece.
And you
Comes
got to
in a
have it
box.
for the exact same year,
Yeah. Yep.
Otherwise, it starts throwing fault codes.
hmm
There's
why
a
I
group
don't
of
like
guys that I follow that are in the automotive collision and repair business up here in Alabama.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, these are a group of smart guys, because they've been doing this so long that they know
Right.
all these problems, and because they encounter it on a regular basis, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're repairing damaged cars, and one thing goes wrong, you got to do a whole bunch of other stuff. You got to bust a taillight, and especially here's where I'm going with this is that in some of these cars where the airbags deploy, boy, that just creates a whole bunch of other problems. They got to get reprogrammed. You got to take these modules out and send them off to get them reprogrammed and rewritten, and then you got to get the airbags and repack them and all this other. The automotive repair business is damned expensive nowadays. That's why a car can have very little damage, and the insurance company will consider it total.
Yep.
Because the repair of it's going to be $10,000-$15,000, and you're not going to put $15,000 worth of repair into a Toyota Camry.
Right. Right. Right.
So they total it out.
And
they're all appliances nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
They're not.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even durable ones.
But the funny thing is,
they're the Bic lighters of automobiles.
Well, the funny thing is too, though, you talk about the mechanics and the technicians that are working nowadays, and they're used to all this electronic issues that come in. The stuff that the three of us, honestly, and a lot of other people our ages, it's like magic.
Yeah, we remember when it.
We
You
have
know,
no idea. But
when
if
they
you
built
talk,
it right. Yeah.
yeah, but if you talk to them, they look at us when we talk about a carburetor
Yeah.
or setting the timing, you know, setting up.
Yeah. You get that deer in the headlight look.
Yeah, and they have no, and we're like, well, that's fucking simple because
Yeah.
I don't need a computer to diagnose. I can
Yeah.
tell by ear, by smell,
Right.
by sound
Yeah.
what's going on. Now, I might not
Yeah.
know that it's this particular jet in the carburetor, but I know it's running fat.
That's the only reason
Or
why I
running
care to
lean.
even have this damn GMC truck. It's because it's got the 5.3 LS in it. And not that
Yep.
I know anything about that, but it's so common. And you
Yep.
can't be on YouTube or any social media without somebody start talking about the LS engine that I've learned so much more about
yeah.
it, you know, that I'm not afraid to have one now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So,
No, I understand that. Look, I'll be honest with you. My father, he was a Ford man. He had nothing but Fords.
yeah.
Okay. Growing up, that's all I had. This little Dodge that I have here, this is the first Dodge that I've ever had myself. My folks, they did break down and get an old, I think it was a 1980 Dodge Diplomat station wagon with the 318 in it. And
Yep.
unfortunately, that thing was a dog.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, they
that was,
all were
that was
back then. But
terrible. But it was a station wagon. You know, it wasn't as long as it got from point A to point B. They were happy
you
with it,
know,
and it
I
rode
just
nice.
I think about my dad, and that first of all, my dad was an Oldsmobile man. You know,
Yeah.
you know what they say. Some guys are Democrats, some are Republican. My dad was an Oldsmobile man.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I gotcha.
But here's the damnedest thing, and he hated Fords, and he'd always be bitching about them, but he kept buying them. You
Yeah.
know, and he'd keep the Oldsmobile in the garage, and he'd have the Fords out in the yard. You know.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they're out this goddamn Ford. I hate this thing. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, quit buying them. You know.
Right.
Well, I mean, that was
Don't ever have any problem with my Oldsmobile. You
that
know?
was one of the things. See, my father always had trucks, and he loved
Yeah.
the Ford trucks. And
Yeah.
one thing I learned too, and every truck he had, and every truck I've had, Fords always had a problem with the front ends.
Yeah.
2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. That was the thing you
Always.
had to worry about
Yep.
was the front ends on them. All right, Dodge.
Especially the mid '80s F-150s.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, those were the worst front end I ever seen.
yep. Dodge, of course, they got the reputation of their automatic transmissions. Okay, Chevy. I hate to say it, but GMC, just about everything on the vehicle. But the problem was, everything on the vehicle could be fixed or replaced for like 10
Yeah.
cents and 15 minutes worth of work, so nobody bitched
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they all got their problems.
Yeah, they
you
all
know.
had their problems. And like I said, until I got into this Dodge here, I had no idea the difference between an LA, a Magnum.
Yeah.
You know, the 727.
And what was the one just before the LA? I think they call it just an
Oh, the
L or an A, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it was the A. The LA stands for light A motor. They
Yeah.
thinned down the block. They did a bunch of different, you know, the casting, and they did a bunch of different things to the L.
Because I know that Poly 318 was like an A block or something they
Yes.
called it.
Yep.
Morning,
And
Twisted. We got Twisted showed up in the
oh, hey, we go. There we go. Twisted Mopar. Yes. Hello.
another
Hello,
no-name
sir.
man.
Hey. Hey, Twisted Mopar, how you doing?
Glad to see you here, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's another no-name national person.
Oh yeah. Another one
Yeah.
I subscribe to. I watch his videos, just like you guys. And
Yeah,
everything.
I watch his videos too. I tease him because I tell him I have to keep telling him to make sure you don't paint it John Deere green.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because everything he paints is John Deere green, you know.
Yeah,
I
well,
was teasing him about that last paint job he was doing, you know, and he painted the car green anyway, you know.
well, Philip is the one. He calls my engine the Barney motor.
Barney motor, yep.
The Barney motor,
purple one.
my purple engine, and That's the
I
wife's
kind of
favorite.
I like that purple engine.
Yeah, well, that's the wife's favorite color, and I'll be honest with you,
Well, it was popular in '72.
well, I'll tell you what, it made my life a whole lot easier. She stopped bitching about the amount of time and money
Right.
I was spending on it because I painted it her favorite
Yeah.
color. She had no clue that it's a stock Mopar plum crazy, color. But she did like the name of it too. I said, that's
I've
that's
done
plum crazy
I've
purple.
done a
She goes,
few
oh, that
engines.
fits me.
I've done a few engines in my day, and here's the color scheme that I like. I paint the blocks a gloss black,
Yep.
and then everything else on it's either polished aluminum or chrome.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
that looks cool underneath the hood of a car.
Yes, it
I
does.
even painted a Pontiac block black, a gloss black, and got a lot of criticism from the Pontiac crew for not painting it that Pontiac turquoise.
Oh
you
God,
know?
I hated that color. I
All
also
the haters.
Yeah, I also don't like the stock blue for the
Yeah.
for
And
the
secondly,
Mopar.
the black color, the advantage of a black color is now you can't see
Oh.
the oil leaks.
Well, yeah, there you go.
That would
There
be
you
my
go.
problem. I want to see the oil leaks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, one of my favorite colors, and I hate to say it to some of these guys, but I always loved the Ford blue. I always loved that color.
Yep.
I was very partial.
And you know what? I
to it.
tried to, I needed to get some Ford blue once. And around here, the only thing I could get was Ford tractor blue,
Oh shit. Yep.
which is a different color blue
Yeah,
than
it
their
is.
engine block
It's
blue.
lighter. It's a lighter.
But that's all you can get around here,
Yep.
No one's rebuilding Ford engines, but they got plenty of Ford tractors that they need to do,
Now I will tell you this too. My nephew Kenny, he will not admit it, but he's somewhat colorblind. Okay, he can't tell the difference between
Hello,
red,
Twisted Mopar.
orange, or even some shades of yellow. If it's a darker yellow, he has trouble with that. And so, anytime anything that's red or hemi orange or anything, that's always that's Chevy red.
Yeah.
That's Chevy red. I'm like, Kenny, no, it's not. So I stopped. I was going to paint this engine, at least the heads. Believe it or not, a dark red and a black block. I kind of like the red and the black together, and I did. I painted them. My God, what was it? It was a little bit above a maroon, but it was almost like a fire engine red, a blood red.
Well,
And next thing I hear from my nephew, oh, you're painting it Chevy red. You're painting it Chevy red. And I'm like,
Chevy
no.
red, yeah.
So we
Yeah.
just we gotta
Hugger
stop.
orange, I think, was the actual color that they called it.
Yeah.
Twisted Mopar says he used a Pontiac blue on his race car motor. What? And I know he's a Mopar guy. He actually put a Pontiac color on a Mopar.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, it's to each his own. It's your stuff. You can do with it what you
my
want.
God,
You
yeah.
know.
And I'll be honest with you too. A lot of times you see 200-300 engines painted hemi orange.
Yeah.
Red,
Yeah. That
Ford
Hemi orange
blue,
is popular, and it's so
everything, and
close to that Chevy small block orange color that
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
see guys do just that.
Yep. And but I mean, you see it, and don't get me wrong, it looks nice, and especially if you're trying to go period correct and look everything, everything look nice.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's just it. There are guys that they'll bust your balls about period correct colors and shit like that.
Yeah,
And
the haters.
I'm not so into that, but I'll tell you what. And Twisted Mopar can vouch for this. By God, if you got a John Deere tractor, it better be John Deere green. You can't even use Barber green. Now, Twisted Mopar will know this, that there is a company called Barber Green, and they manufactured road paving equipment. And their color, all their equipment was green too. And it was real close to the John Deere green. And I was actually at a tractor show where a guy had a John Deere tractor, and he was criticized for having that John Deere tractor the wrong color green.
Oh my God.
And he argued, he said, no, this is the correct color green. He says the reason for why it's the correct color green is because this tractor was made 4 Barber Green road paving equipment designed to tow the road paving equipment, and they wanted the color to be Barber Green and not John Deere green.
Ah,
So this guy is like the only John Deere green tractor with a color correct Barber Green paint job on it.
yeah, and then
people
explaining
will
it.
argue.
Yep.
He says
Yeah,
my
well-
race car wasn't even near period correct.
It did.
But it looks great.
It looked great. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, that's
when
how I
first-
feel about it. You know, you
Yeah.
do what your heart feels. You know, if you're good with it, fuck everybody else. You know.
Yeah, when I got this second motor, it wasn't painted from the factory. It's an RV 440.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I cleaned it up, and the only paint I could find was Ford Blue because I just wanted it to not rust over again after I cleaned it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the paint didn't really stick. It worked,
Yeah.
but it didn't stick
Yeah.
because I was going to paint it Ford Blue because it matches my interior. You know, because my interior is blue and white, and I was going to paint it Ford Blue just for the haters.
Oh.
I can imagine
Right.
popping the hood on this Mopar and have Ford Blue for a motor.
Ford blue
Oh,
color.
And that would just people will just die right on the spot. You know?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I would have loved it because I love that Ford Blue color anyway. I
You know,
really
Twisted
do.
Mopar here points out that John Deere had 8 different shades of
Yeah.
that green color, depending upon the year. I didn't know that. I always thought it was the same color green
Well,
and that same color yellow wheels.
well,
know?
right there, Twisted Mopar. That's the man that can tell you.
Oh, yeah, he'll know.
Yeah, he'll know, and
He'll
he'll
know.
be able to tell you. All right, that was 1971. That's the
Yep.
year they used it. You know.
Yeah. I think he's in Illinois, isn't he? Twisted Mopar, aren't you in Illinois? And the reason why I ask that is because I'm originally from Illinois, and that's tractor land up there. Not to mention the home state of John Deere tractor, you know. So, and then just to the north, up in Kenosha, Racine, Wisconsin, was the home of Case Tractor, which is now owned by International.
Oh
What's
my
he
God.
saying here?
Yeah, well, yeah, he is from Illinois, and what he was saying is the newer John Deere is a new green color.
Yeah,
Now
that doesn't
older
surprise
tractors
me.
in
We'll
class-
change the tone a little bit.
Yep.
Just to make the distinctions, you know, so the guys can identify how old the tractor is just by the color,
Well,
you know.
I'll be honest with you, it's probably because of price.
I'll tell you what, guys, when they're looking over old tractors to buy, they look them over like a cowboy looks over an old horse, you know.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
look in them out,
Yep.
you know. So,
All right, I'm going to jump off here, gentlemen. I got shit to do.
all right.
Hey, One Eye.
All right, One Eye.
Great seeing you, sir.
Are you going to
Yep.
be on in the morning, or don't you know?
I have no idea. It depends how much the wife beats me tonight while I'm sleeping and how much of a hangover I have. So, I
Fair
can't
enough.
answer that.
All right. Well, I'll look for you regardless.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. It was good seeing you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a few days.
Yeah, it's been a bit, man. Well, you take care and give your wife a hug for me, if you would, please.
All right. I'll tell her you
Yep,
said
take
it.
care.
All righty.
Yep,
You
have a
take
nice
care,
day.
buddy.
See ya.
Bye.
And Twisted Mopar, you know, just like on Bear Rose, if you scroll up, oh shit, you're getting ready to go. I was gonna say if you want to, you can scroll up and you'll find the link to hop
Yeah,
on.
find the
But if
link.
you're getting ready to go,
Yeah.
all right, buddy. Well, you have yourself a good day. Have a good weekend.
I think I should probably get off here before too long and try to get something else accomplished. I've got the trailer washed. The bike was already washed. I had to wash the trailer, and I washed the car, and I'm working on this truck. I need to get back on that truck. And it's been threatening rain all morning. I put this stuff out here because I got one guy that I was talking to who I told him I'd do him a package deal of the bike, the trailer, the car, and even the carport, you know, for a big chunk of change. And he told me he wanted to bring his wife out. So
Oh, okay.
that that means that he just might be a potential buyer. So
Yeah, yeah. As long as you impress the wife. Yeah.
yeah. So and so yeah, I rolled everything out here expecting, but with the weather forecast for this morning that is going to threaten rain all day long,
Yeah.
I put it out here, but I'm closely watching the weather radar to see where the rain's going because I got to put everything back, and I got to go way back to the corner of the property, some 8 acres away. Here comes my neighbor now.
Oh, okay.
This is
And
the guy. This is the guy that I sold my old property to. Can you see him going down the road?
okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. He's got himself a little quad runner because that property is a big piece of property. He needs a quad runner just to roam his property.
Oh my
That's
God.
that's the property that I was on that I sold to him. He's a good
Oh,
guy too. He and his wife are good people.
Twisted
And
said he's going to send you some green paint, and
you know what? You send
and
me
maybe
some
some
green paint,
yellow.
I'll use it. I'll use it. You know what I will do is I'll look for his next video, and I'll make a comment and give him a link or something to where he can get a hold of me, and like an email or something,
Oh, I
and
got you.
then where we can converse offline, as it were, and I'll give him the information that he needs to have. Yeah, you send me some green paint. How about a John Deere green Honda Goldwing?
Oh, there you go.
I'll tell you what, this Corvette is a factory green color,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd hate to change that, but you know what? That'd be funny. John
Oh
Deere
yeah.
green. Actually, I would not hesitate to
Yeah, the
paint
truck.
the CMC a John Deere green.
Yeah, I was going to say the truck. It would
Yeah,
look good. It would actually look good on the truck.
yeah, because it's like a gray color. It's not even silver. It's more like a
Yeah.
gray. And the top side of it, the clear coat's all worn off because this Florida sun, it just wreaks havoc on
Oh,
clear
I'm sure.
coats. You know,
I'm sure. The two colors I never really cared for was like that dull gray,
and the
not
dull
even silver.
silver color, yeah.
Yeah,
And that seems to be the most common colors.
and that very, very, very light blue metal flake. I had
Yeah,
it almost looks silver sometimes, but it
yeah,
doesn't quite look blue, doesn't quite look silver. It never seemed to have any depth to it.
yeah.
Uh,
And
those
that's the thing about this Goldwing. This Goldwing's actually, you can't tell in any of the videos, but it's actually painted pearl white.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
And it's really a pretty pearl white,
Oh, I'm sure when
And
the
I remember
sun
the
hits
first
it,
time I
yeah.
saw a pearl white was on a Cadillac CTS or CTX. And that was one of the first time I saw a pearl white. And I was just hell bent and determined because I love that color so much because
Yeah.
I like whites anyway.
Yep.
And to see a pearl white it blew me away, And it reminds me of a boat that my dad had back in the 70s, that the boat was silver and blue, but it had a pearl white interior upholstery to it. It looked great.
All right,
Oh, he's
Twisted
got to go, huh?
Mopar, you take care, buddy. It was great that you showed up, man. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll look for your next video, and I'll try to send you a link or something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, a couple guys here I haven't had a chance to see or talk to in a while and everything, man.
Yeah, I
And
haven't caught
that
up.
was
Right.
awesome. They showed up.
Yeah.
It makes me
But,
feel good.
yeah, yeah. Well, see, it just goes to show you that if you hang around long enough, somebody will show up.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll probably do the
Uh-oh.
same thing, when somebody asks them, "Hey, how come you didn't get this done?" Well, Sidewinder showed up. It was his fault.
Well, it's either raining or there's a bird pissing on me. Either way,
Oh,
I got to
good
move
Lord.
this stuff in. So I'm
All
going to
right,
have to
buddy.
get off of here too, and we'll just catch you another time. All right?
All right, my friend. Well, you take care. I think I might yak for a little bit while I finish this beer.
Yeah.
Or I might
Well,
just,
we've been on here well over an hour now, so it's been a good show, been informative too.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. But anyway, you go get what you got to get done. I'm I'm going to procrastinate and just drink the rest
Yeah.
of my brother-in-law's beers.
Well, if I get an opportunity to come back on and you're still on, I'll stop back by.
All right, buddy. Well, you take
All
care.
right, we'll see you
As
later.
always, it was good seeing you.
All right, take care.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Everyone, that was fun. That was good. I enjoyed everyone that showed up. Had a good time. Haven't seen One-Eyed Cat in a long time. It's been a while, and good Lord, that was nice. That was nice that he showed up. And Twisted Mopar Garage, I appreciate you hopping in here on the comments and everything. That was nice. That was fun. Again, I said normally I'm on real early on the weekends. It's usually when I have the free time and there ain't a whole lot of people around, and especially like today, I'm unsupervised, so I'm left to my own devices, so I can procrastinate a little bit more than normal. Oh, so I was running a little bit later this morning, I guess, when everyone was awake and up, and had a few minutes or needed a break. Needed a reason not to get everything done when they were supposed to, and they can blame me, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But yeah, if I was really interested in growing the channel and making the live streams a little bit more interactive, I would probably change my live stream time. But I do this as a hobby. I do this as fun. I enjoy it. And again, anything anyone wants to talk about, we're open. I'm open to hear it. To a certain extent, though, I try to stay away from politics and religion. You can refer to them, but that's not what this channel is about. And I like to find the things that everyone has in common and that we can talk about and discuss. Even a few arguments here and there. That's nothing wrong with that. As long as the information is getting out there and you're having fun and enjoying yourselves, that's fine. But yeah, there's so many things. If you think about it in life, there are more things that people around this world have in common and enjoy together than we do our disparities, our Oh, and that's what I was just saying, Philip. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the later start. I mean, when you start a live stream at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, yeah, you really can't expect to have a whole lot of people on. I mean, even this time of the morning during the day, everybody's got projects that they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the wife happy. Those are people that are smarter than me. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, definitely getting on a little bit later. Somebody's taking a break and going, hey, yeah, I'll hop on and watch Sidewinder Shed for about 5 or 10 minutes, see what this idiot's up to. And next thing you know, they get sucked in and start talking, and we gab for an hour. So yeah, I'm sure it's a later start time. That's what I was saying. If I really want to grow this channel and get a little bit more interactive with everyone, I would set up a time, but that would actually be work. And I'm opposed to actually doing work unless I absolutely have to. Right now, I kind of consider this a hobby and I enjoy it. And don't get me wrong, I love hearing from everyone. I love it when y'all show up. It makes my day. And most everyone here, have their own channels, and I am a subscriber to them, and I do watch them when I can. Can't always keep up with everything, but I do the best I can. It's such a nice community, especially, I have several I have several different topics that I show on my channel. Um, it's not just one thing. That would be another thing. If I wanted to actually grow the channel, I'd stick to one topic, one subject. But I don't, because like I said, I do this as a hobby. But I will say this: the No Name National, all the hot rodder groups, everyone in that, um, they're just they're amazing people. They are just salt of the earth. Even the guys with the bigger channels and everything that put me to shame. They are just so down to earth. They are just such good people, and they're so willing to help everyone. Um, and everyone and their followers too, their subscribers. Some have come over to my channel, and they have nothing but great things to say, good comments, um, and they all try to be so helpful, and it is awesome. To a lesser extent, because it's not that many. My channel isn't that big on other subjects either, but the woodworking, the camping, the cast iron. Oh, cast iron's the second biggest subject that I get a lot of people from, and very few that I think I've had 5 comments that were eh, not so good, but the majority of them and the majority of the people for that, because cast iron to me equates with food, and I have some cooking, simple things, but I have some cooking videos out there. Most of them are using cast iron, so they go hand in hand. And that whole entire group, that demographic, wonderful people, wonderful people. I mean, really. Although yes, I'm a small channel, so I haven't really hit all the assholes yet. But for everyone that watches this channel, leaves comments and says stuff, 99.9% of them, they're just wonderful people. And but the welcoming, because I interact a lot more with the racing community, the hot rod community, No Name National community, and everything, and all those people are just wonderful, salt of the earth. They are just great people. And no, I'm not ignoring you, Philip. I was just too busy talking, babbling. So yeah, it is a lot of fun. Like I said, I thank Kim Bear Rose Garage for uh, for actually putting that out. That was a practical experience right there. And if you all remember, a couple years ago, and especially during COVID and everything, um, I would go, I would go in uh, and take over and just babble, and he would let me for 2, 3 hours sometimes on his channel, and that's I started feeling bad about that, so that's why I kind of started my own live stream. Um, but yeah, things have changed, so I don't have that time at night anymore. On a Saturday or a Sunday night to spend 2 or 3 hours online, because now I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning instead of getting up at 7 o'clock and working till 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting up at 3, and I don't get home from work until, well, right now, 8 o'clock at night. So it's a long day, and I'm also older, not smarter, not wiser, but just older, and the body can't always handle 3, 4 hours worth of sleep and then work 14 hours anymore. So but yeah, the drag racing community, they are a great group of people. And being from New England too, New England drag racing in New England was a lot more popular than circle track. Although we did have our small tracks up there, and that was great too. And that was a small community up north for circle tracks. The drag racing, that was a bigger community. And oh my God, yeah, met growing up, met Don Garlitz, um, Oh, and half of them I can't even think of who I met, but a lot of big names and everything. And I mean, not just met them once and said hi and they treated me. No, even as a kid, there were plenty of times I was in the pits with them. My father knew them. My brother-in-laws knew them, and yeah, we'd run around in the pits. You know, I mean, I don't know how many funny cars and everything I get to sit in, and more than once, and you know, we just hung out, and everyone there was just awesome. So yeah, I guess I take that for granted. Um, when you meet them, you know, face to face, and it just surprises me a little bit on occasion that strangers. I've never met any of you, quote unquote, face to face, even though I've seen you online and seen you in on videos and everything. Still haven't physically shook your hand, had a beer with you, sitting down, broke bread with you or anything like that, and yet still, it's just a great group of people. Y'all are the best. You really are, and I do appreciate that because I'm just a I'm just a dumbass. I'm just a truck driver that's has some interests, knows a few things, but not very much, and does the best I can with what I got. And again, that's a lot of what my channel is about too. Making do with what you have. Um, Trying to find ways to make things with what's laying around, what you can get your hands on for short money. And I know I don't do a very good job of it sometimes, but showing you how to actually do it. But that's the other thing too. I'm not a videographer, and a lot of times I have a choice between getting the project done in time, or if I film it, any project, and any of these YouTube guys will tell you this. Anytime you're trying to make a video, the project you're working on takes at least 3 times longer to complete than it does if you weren't filming it, weren't making a video about it. Yeah, it really does. And then the time afterwards, if you take pride in what you're doing for a video and you edit it and do everything, that can take hours on end too. But me personally, no, I just whip out the phone, set it up if I happen to have my tripod with me, and wing it. Very, very, very rarely do I go through and write a script out and even make notes going, this is what I want to do. This is the order I want to do. Most of the time, I might have an idea. Yeah, well, yeah, I want to show somebody this. And I'll whip out the phone. I don't even use the camera. And I'll hit record and wing it from there. You know, that's the extent of my ambition to make videos. Some of them turn out good. Some of them I didn't think that were that good have really taken off. Other ones that I have spent time on and actually planned a little bit, I'm like, what? Why? Why is it not getting any views? And live streams, well, live streams. That's I just turn the damn thing on and babble. That's it. That's it. If y'all find it interesting, that's cool. If not, hey, it makes me happy anyway. It kind of keeps me out of trouble. And if the wife were to actually sit here and watch them, she would find out exactly how much procrastinating I do when I'm supposed to be working on stuff. So it's probably a good thing that she doesn't watch the live streams too much. She's not really interested in most of the topics that I talk about or that come up during the live stream anyway, unless she's trying to go to sleep. She says she loves listening to me talk when she's trying to go to sleep. And I'm still, hell, my sister Carol says the same thing too. So I'm still not sure if that's a compliment or not. You know, they like having it as the listening to me talk as background noise, so that I guess I'm boring enough that it puts them right to sleep. Uh, Actually, I shouldn't be surprised because I've had the wife sitting right across from me, and I've been talking to her and watched her fall asleep right in the middle of a sentence that I was saying. So I really shouldn't be surprised. But anyway, well, I guess that's it. I was going to try and yak until I finish this beer, but I think I'm done. I'm empty as far as stuff to say at the moment. And yeah, we've been going for an hour and a half. That's not one of my longer live streams, but recently, yeah, it is. It's one of the longer ones. So I guess I will finish this beer and then get something to eat and maybe try and do some of the projects that I'm supposed to be doing. I know for sure I'll finish the laundry. But other than that, I hope you all have a good weekend. Be safe, and thank you everyone for watching me, staying with me, and I appreciate, man. Philip, thank you so much. I can always count on you to show up, man. I appreciate that. It's always a great time. One-Eyed Cat, thank you so much for hopping on too. It's been a while, buddy. Um, yeah, maybe in the future. Oh, I always say that. Maybe in the future I'll try and time my live streams so everyone can hop on. And Twisted Mopar, man, I appreciate you showing up. That was fun. It was great having you on here, man. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you for your input. Thank you for showing up. And thank everyone that was here, popped in. Thank you, my nephew Kenny, for showing up. I appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that showed up. All your input made my day actually. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Be safe, and yeah, get those projects done before the wife gets home. Y'all take care. We'll catch you next time. Let me hit the end. There we go. And you got to hit it twice. So y'all take care.